Here's an updated video from my 99 SI preparing for the turbo. We're 1 week away from getting the turbo, having it installed. Instead of doing everything in one day, I started piecing together some of the parts that I'm going to need for the turbo. I just installed this radiator. This is a dual core, higher coolant capacity radiator. It was really easy to install. I think it looks really good. Got a nice shine to it. All I did to take the old one out was unplug the inlet hose, or the outlet hose down there, and then the inlet hose right there. Took the old one out and put the new one in. Tied down the clamps. It was a really easy installation. We got this slim 10-blade radiator fan. It works really good. Pulls the air in a lot quicker than the stock fan that was in my Civic had. To connect up the fan, you can see the wires down here. All I did was cut the stock wires and I spliced them. And I cut the wires from the new fan and joined them together. Everything works really good. To check and see if the fan works after you do this, there's this sensor right down here. That's for the radiator. That's the radiator fan switch. When the temperature of the coolant going into the engine hits a certain degree, 93 degrees Celsius on this one, it'll turn the radiator fan on to cool the coolant down so it's not shooting into the engine at a high temp. But all you have to do to check and see if the fan is working after you install it is unplug this sensor right here, put a jumper on it. I don't know, you can use a paper clip, bust it in half and stick one in each of the slots on there, and turn the key to the on position, and if you hooked it up right, the fan will turn right on. That's a real easy way of checking to see if the radiator fan that you installed with the new dual core racing radiator works. I just got this in the mail today. This is my vacuum manifold. We're going to be installing the vacuum manifold right back up on the firewall right there. And then this inlet right here is going to get teed off onto this vacuum line coming from whatever fucking brake thing that is back there. It's for the brakes. So using one of these vacuum manifolds is really good because it's a reliable boost source, and it cleans up the engine so you don't got a bunch of vacuum hoses running all over certain places. I'm only going to be using 3 of the 6 ports. Port 1, which is right here, I'm going to be using for my boost cage. Port 2, I'm going to be using for the blow-off valve or the wastegate, and same with port 3, the blow-off valve or the wastegate. It does come with 6, but it also comes with these caps that you can screw right into it to shut off the ports if you don't want them. So it's a nice little thing to have. It gets you a good, reliable boost source, and like I said before, it cleans up the engine. So today is Sunday, September 8th, and I should be getting the turbo on Monday or Tuesday. Getting a couple things welded for the exhaust and the down pipe. Getting the wastegate dump pipe welded back into the down pipe so I can pass emissions, because you can't have that exhaust blowing out into the atmosphere without it going through the catalytic converter. So once we get all that done, me and my one boy are going to hook it up. So the next video I update is going to be the full installation of the turbo, step by step on what you need to do to install the turbo. I'm not really going to be showing nuts and bolts on how to do these things. You know, if you're installing a turbo without a professional, you know, I hope to God you know what you're doing, because if you don't, you're going to really fuck up the engine. So think about it, take your time, get all the pieces you need, so when you are installing it, you don't got to run back and forth. you know, AutoZone or Pep Boys or whatever you need to get stuff that you forgot about. So that's pretty much it for now. We'll be talking soon.